Imagine a world without the rustle of leaves, where the ground is covered in a silent carpet of fallen foliage. A world without the scent of pine needles, where the air is devoid of that fresh, invigorating aroma. A world where the only trees left are the ones already standing, their numbers dwindling with each passing year. This is a world without new trees, a world where the cycle of life has been interrupted, a world on the brink of silence, where the songs of birds and the rustle of small creatures are no longer heard. Trees, those silent giants, are often taken for granted, standing tall and steadfast through the ages. We see them every day, yet we rarely stop to think about their importance, their role in our lives. They are the lungs of our planet, filtering the air we breathe and providing us with oxygen. The providers of our air, the silent workers that keep our atmosphere clean and breathable. The homes of countless creatures, from the smallest insects to the largest mammals. But what if we were to stop planting new trees? What if the saplings that should be the future of our forests never take root? What if we were to let the existing forests dwindle year after year until they are nothing but memories? The consequences would be devastating, leading to a cascade of environmental disasters. We would be ushering in an era of unprecedented environmental catastrophe, with extreme weather becoming the norm. An era of scorching temperatures, unbreathable air, and widespread ecological collapse, where the balance of nature is irreparably broken. A world without new trees is a world on the brink of collapse, a world where the future is uncertain and bleak. Trees are a crucial part of the food chain. They provide food and shelter for countless species. Insects rely on trees for habitat and food, which in turn are prey for birds and small mammals. Larger animals like bears and deer depend on the fruits, nuts, and leaves of trees for sustenance. Humans also rely on trees for food, from fruits and nuts to the animals that feed on them. Without new trees, these food sources would diminish, leading to a collapse in the food chain. The loss of trees disrupts ecosystems, leading to the extinction of species and the loss of biodiversity. Ultimately, this disruption would impact humans, leading to food shortages and increased competition for resources. Planting new trees is essential to maintaining the balance of nature and ensuring a sustainable future for all species, including humans. Trees are more than just beautiful additions to our landscapes. They stand tall and silent, yet their presence is profoundly impactful. They are essential for life on Earth as we know it, playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of our environment. Through the process of photosynthesis, trees absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and release oxygen, which is vital for the survival of most living organisms. They are nature's own air purifiers, constantly working to keep our air clean and breathable, ensuring that we have the fresh air we need to thrive. But their role doesn't end there. Trees are also integral to the water cycle and soil health. Trees act as natural filters, cleaning our water and preventing soil erosion. Their roots hold the soil together, reducing the risk of landslides and flooding. They provide habitat for countless species of animals, insects, and plants, creating a delicate web of life that is essential for a healthy ecosystem. This biodiversity is crucial for the resilience of our environment. Without trees, the delicate balance of our planet would be thrown into disarray. The loss of trees would lead to a cascade of negative effects. The air would become thick with pollutants, making it difficult to breathe, and our health would suffer as a result. Water sources would dry up, and the land would become barren and infertile, unable to support the life that once thrived there. The very foundations of our existence depend on these silent guardians. Their preservation is not just important, but essential for the future of our planet and all its inhabitants. The impact of deforestation on air quality is immediate and severe. Trees absorb harmful pollutants like ozone, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide, acting as natural filters for the air we breathe. Without them, these pollutants would accumulate in the atmosphere, leading to a range of respiratory problems, including asthma, bronchitis, and even lung cancer. But the consequences go far beyond just our respiratory health. Poor air quality has been linked to a range of other health problems, including heart disease, stroke, and even dementia. Imagine a world where children grow up never knowing what it's like to breathe clean air, where the elderly are confined to their homes, afraid to venture outside for fear of exacerbating their respiratory problems. This is the future we face if we fail to protect our forests. The urban heat island effect is a phenomenon where cities experience significantly higher temperatures than surrounding rural areas. This temperature difference can be as much as 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, making urban areas noticeably warmer. This is due in part to the abundance of concrete and asphalt which absorb and retain heat, creating a thermal mass that radiates warmth long after the sun has set. But it's also exacerbated by the lack of trees and green spaces, which are crucial for cooling. Trees provide shade, cooling the air and reducing the urban heat island effect. Their canopies act as natural air conditioners, lowering temperatures significantly. They also release water vapor through a process called transpiration, further cooling the surrounding environment and improving air quality. Without trees, cities would become unbearably hot, particularly during the summer months, making outdoor activities almost impossible. This increase in temperature would lead to a surge in heat-related illnesses, particularly among vulnerable populations like the elderly and young children, who are less able to regulate their body temperature. It would also strain energy grids as people crank up their air conditioners to escape the oppressive heat, leading to higher energy consumption and potential blackouts. Cities, once centers of innovation and progress, would become concrete jungles hostile to human life. The lack of greenery would not only affect temperatures but also the overall quality of life, making urban living increasingly difficult. Section 5. A world without shade, a future without breath. The impact of deforestation on wildlife is equally devastating. Forests provide habitat for an estimated 80% of the world's terrestrial biodiversity. Each species, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, plays a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of the ecosystem. When forests are destroyed, these animals lose their homes. Many species are unable to adapt to life outside their natural habitat and face extinction. The loss of even a single species can have cascading effects throughout the ecosystem, disrupting food chains and altering the natural balance. Imagine a world where the sounds of the rainforest are replaced by an eerie silence, where once thriving ecosystems are reduced to barren wastelands. This is the future we face if we fail to protect our forests. Section 6. The slow poisoning of our planet. Perhaps the most insidious threat of deforestation is its impact on climate change. Trees act as carbon sinks, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and storing it in their wood, leaves, and roots. When forests are destroyed, this stored carbon is released back into the atmosphere, contributing to the greenhouse effect and accelerating climate change. The consequences of climate change are far-reaching and devastating. Rising sea levels threaten to displace millions of people living in coastal areas. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires are becoming more frequent and severe. The slow poisoning of our planet is a threat to all life on Earth. We are on the precipice of a climate crisis, and deforestation is pushing us closer to the edge. Section 7. When the last tree falls. Imagine a world where the air is thick with smoke, the sun beats down relentlessly, and the only sounds are the crackle of dry leaves underfoot and the mournful cries of displaced animals. This is a world without trees. A world where the very air we breathe has become a threat to our survival. This is not some dystopian fantasy. It is the future we face if we continue to destroy our forests at the current rate. The consequences of deforestation are not abstract or distant. They are already being felt around the world. The time for action is now. We must act decisively and collectively to protect our forests and plant new trees. Section 8. The economic echo of deforestation. The consequences of deforestation are not just environmental, they are also economic. Forests provide livelihoods for millions of people around the world, particularly in developing countries. They are a source of timber, food, medicine, and other valuable resources. Deforestation threatens these livelihoods, pushing people into poverty and exacerbating existing inequalities. It also has broader economic impacts, as the loss of forests leads to decreased agricultural productivity, increased water scarcity, and greater vulnerability to natural disasters. The economic cost of inaction far outweighs the cost of protecting our forests. Investing in sustainable forestry practices, promoting reforestation, and reducing our reliance on forest risk commodities are all essential steps in the right direction. Section 9. A call to action: plant a seed, grow a future. The future of our planet hangs in the balance. The choices we make today will determine the fate of generations to come. We cannot afford to be passive observers of our own demise. It is time for each and every one of us to become stewards of the earth. We must plant trees, protect existing forests, and advocate for policies that promote sustainable forestry practices. Every tree planted is a step towards a healthier, more sustainable future. Every forest protected is a victory against climate change. Every voice raised in defense of our planet is a beacon of hope in the darkness. Section 10. Every tree tells a story. Look around you. Do you see a tree? That tree has witnessed history. It has felt the sun on its leaves for decades, maybe even centuries. It has provided shelter to countless creatures, from birds to insects to small mammals. It has weathered storms and droughts, standing tall as a symbol of resilience. That tree has a story to tell, a story of life, growth, and the interconnectedness of all living things. It is a reminder that we are not separate from nature, but a part of it. When we plant a tree, we are not just planting a seed, we are planting hope. We are investing in a future where clean air, clean water, and a stable climate are not luxuries, but rights enjoyed by all. Section 11. Our legacy, our responsibility. The earth is not ours to plunder and exploit, it is a gift, a precious inheritance that we must protect for future generations. We have a moral obligation to leave the planet in a better state than we found it. The legacy we leave behind will be defined not by the buildings we construct or the wealth we accumulate, but by the health of our planet and the well-being of all living things. Let us choose a legacy of action, a legacy of hope, a legacy of trees. Let us be the generation that ends deforestation and ushers in a new era of environmental stewardship. The time to act is now.